All for you, I'm down and diligent. Just know I'm down and diligent. I'm down and diligent. Ay, mama always working late. Daddy didn't work today. I got all these bills to pay, and I'm not even thinking straight. Probably twisting up a wood, trying to see what's up today. I've been engineering all my music, feeling all type of way. Drowning in my thoughts, I might get lost up in this tidal wave. Maybe I'm just tired of Seattle, I need brighter day. I get way too high, I lose my mind, I'm thinking all type of shit. Look you in your eyes, I see a star, son, your future lit. Smiling at your mama, all in love, that's my type of chick.
Yo, what's good? What's up, man? Y'all know what's happening. Y'all tapped into another episode of the D.A.D, the Down and Diligent podcast. You already know, man. You got your boy Day up in here.
You got D.A.D, you feel me? I'm back.
Sorry, man. You got your boy Joey in here, man. Back like I never left. Man, do yourself a favor. Like, subscribe, comment. Follow us on all social media platforms. We got them all. TikTok, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been going up, too, man.
Go see us doing the uptown, downtown next.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, man. You already know what to do, man. Hit that notification bell so y'all can be notified every time we drop a dope episode. This episode, man, before we get started, I want to send a special shout out, man, to my peoples. Lil Ernest, man, rest in peace. You know, Lil Bam, man, Mookie. In other words, man, we love you. We miss you, man. Mac Main, hold your head, bro. I love you. I'm here for you, bro. You already know. So rest in peace and shout out to you, bro. It feel good to have y'all back in the building, man.
It feel good to be back.
Yeah, man.
It sure does.
Minute, man.
We got a full house now.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but we got a special guest up in here today,
Yeah, returning guest.
Yeah, a recurring guest.
Mm-hmm.
He came with us in the past. If y'all been following us, then y'all could actually go back. Y'all could check out the old interview as well, man. Akela, real dope brother, Akela O'Neal.
Oh, man, shout out everybody. What's the deal, man? D.A.D podcast, how y'all feeling?
We feeling good, man.
Oh, I didn't know it was a full trio.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
You know, when I first got here, it was a duet.
It was just me and him.
And I'm like, I'm watching new episodes like, wait, is he a guest? Because, like, where my boy at? Where my boy?
I'll be moving around sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let me mind my guy. Let me mind my business.
That's Vacation Joe. Sometimes my boy got to go relax.
Vacation Joe is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, man. But shout out to everybody, man. I'm just grateful to be here once again, man. It was a pleasure to even get the opportunity, the invitation, man. Just to continue watching y'all growth, man, is definitely a blessing.
Yes, sir. Same here. Watching you too, man. Like you just told us all the great news and everything.
Great news.
That's great. You feel me? That's some tight shit to me.
Yeah, hey. You say that, you like, hey, I had like 100+ people inside a small barbershop.
Yeah, man. Talk about that, bro. Talk about your comedy shit.
Yeah, well,
how long you been doing comedy?
Okay, so I've been doing comedy officially going on 2.5 years. When I first started, I kind of started off slow. I had a lot of personal things going on. I was sick and things like that. But actually what jump started was me going back to school.
Yeah.
So I'm in school to be a Black Studies professor on the high school and collegiate level. I'm on the road to the PhD. Make some noise for that.
Hell yeah.
Top 3%, you know. Yeah, I'm on the road to that, man. But the excitement of doing something for myself for the first time in my life, like I feel like I'm respond to everything, and I never chose to do something for me. So going back to school was that, and then it just kickstarted my love for stand-up comedy and really pushing it. So I'm going on 2.5 years, man. I just sold out 2 shows. Shout out Safe Space Comedy Hour. We sold out our first 2 shows, and 1 in November, 1 in February, man. Shout out to my entire Safe Space team. I couldn't believe I had 100+ people in the barbershop, man, and it cracked. Yeah, it was love, man. It was love. Shout out to every comedian that's been on Safe Space thus far, man. But yeah, that's what's going on, man. Right. Yeah.
So, bro, what is it like, you know, promoting, leading up, and anticipating to that day? Because it's like, bro, I see stand-up comedians, bro, and it's like y'all like damn promoters. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to push it out there, flyers, everything. So what was your process like?
I think, to be honest with you, man, I have a hard time with promotion and marketing. Yeah. Only from the social media side. I'll DM you. I'll call you. I'll be up in your face. But that algorithm stuff and the reposting, I really struggle with that. So to be honest with you, I didn't pay for any ads. I didn't do anything. I literally was just sending the flyer out.
Yeah.
I was literally just sending the flyer to everybody. If I saw your story, I sent you the flyer. I didn't give a damn if you was fake. I didn't care if you was a bot. I was sending it. I didn't care.
Right.
because I struggle in another area. Now I've learned from that, but it was surreal because it's like, yo, are they really gonna show up? Like the last show, everybody was like, I wanted to get efficient parking for my sisters, right? Because I had it in the hood. I had it on the east side, man. And it was love. It was a barbershop, but I wanted to. It was nighttime, and it's around the corner from my house. The neighborhood I grew up in is around the corner. So I was like, I called the church to see if they was gonna let us use one of their parking lots. I called the Nation of Islam that we get some extra security to get these. That's what I was thinking, you know. None of that happened. None of that happened.
It didn't go as planned,
bro. It was, and I pre-checked. I checked in with the student minister. I was really on it, and none of the things that I had want happened, man. And people still pulled up, parked in the AutoZone. The security at the AutoZone was like, man, I've been seeing the barbershop. I see what y'all be doing. I heard about the last time. He said, don't even trip. Everybody's parking across the street, parking around, parking all, and it's right next to a liquor store. Yeah. So the parking is very critical, right? When you go to Hollywood, ain't no parking, or you got to pay a lot of money. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Ain't no parking.
You see what I'm saying?
No parking.
I know my next time I want parking to be available. You get more people to come, and people are more comfortable. I don't want you stressing out to come laugh. You get what I'm saying? Right. This is another form of therapy. I want you to be relaxed from the time you scan your ticket in there to the time you walk up out of there. So parking is a thing. Making sure drinks was there, food. At a safe space event, whatever you pay your food is included. That's how we doing things, right? When you pay your money, now you pay for your drinks, right? You pay. We might have some desserts. I had a vendor at my last show. You get what I'm saying? Shea butters and I'm thinking because it's not just about me. But when you pay, you get fed. That's how I think about it, and that's what safe space is, man. And it was. I now know what it takes when it comes to business to hire or bring a team. So I'm like how you guys have a team. I'm building a team because I literally can't do this by myself. There's no way.
Most definitely.
No way.
It's hard to do shit by yourself, period.
No way. No, it's no way.
So a safe space, is that the location that it was at? Oh, it was the barbershop, but a safe space your event space?
Yeah, so Safe Space is my comedy brand. So I'm Akela O'Neal. That's separate, right? But Safe Space is what I think about. And I can say this, I'm from the culture. I look at Safe Space as Def Comedy Jam, a little bit of Comic View, with a little bit of Tiny Desk, right? With a little bit of 85 South Show.
Yeah.
You don't know what you about to get, right?
Yeah.
I like the intimacy part. That's why it's like, it's raw and rugged. You know, it's not really, you can pull your phone out, but the last two shows, you don't have time to be pulling your phone out because you laughing, cracking up. And that's what we missing, right? I want to be able to say, okay, when we went to the show, we didn't know what to expect. Like now I'm already thinking like the next show, I might not even promote the comedians. Just come. Because I want you to be that anticipated to coming because I feel there is an authenticity that is lost specifically for stand-up comedians because a lot of guys go viral, get funny because of skits.
Yep.
And social media pranks and skits and drama where real stand-up has kind of like teeter-totter.
Right.
Because you'll see them on skits, and I'm not knocking how you get, because there is a funny is one of them universal things. But when we talking about stand-up, when you talking about you got me in here crying from joke after joke after joke after joke, or you able to control a room of people without pulling your phone out or without becoming a skit persona, we got to get back to that, man. And that's why I see Safe Space is everybody from Hollywood came to see us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They came down, and I paid them. And I'm hearing in the game that they don't even get taken care of like that. You could be doing a big-time Hollywood show and don't get paid anything. I was like, wow, not my people. Not at Safe Space. We're not doing that. So
That's why I think more people went to the content road than the stand-up.
The stand-up, yeah.
Real stand-up, I want to be able to have a conversation with Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock. I want to be able to talk to them guys about comedy.
You know, them the money makers, but you know what I mean? Most of the time, what, 200 a show or some shit like that, 500 most? F that. You put a tick on TikTok, it go viral, you see? It might change your life.
Yeah, and I struggle in that because I love social media for what I love it for. I'm going to have to figure out because it helps with marketing, man. I got to think like, okay, what skits do I do? But I love stand-up so much, the vulnerability of it, the transparency of it. I want y'all to be like, nah, nigga, we going to his show. We about to go see them. That's what I want.
That's how I feel about what's his name to do the kind of like the toxic couple, was it Malachi?
Oh yeah, Malachi. Malik.
He's funny as hell on stand up. Desi G is kind of getting around. I respect it because they get up there.
Yes.
Because that shit is scary.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Shit like Drewski, he's funny to me, but he's not a comedian.
No, he's a funny. You got funny people, and you got niggas that's funny, and then you got like, no, he's a stand-up comedian.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
complete
Yeah.
difference, right?
Because he throws shows. He doesn't do stand-up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I don't expect Drewski. He's being silly. It's like there's nothing wrong with it. Get your money. Get
He's
your
more of
bread.
like a host.
But to have stand-up, I should be able to articulate the jokes that you hit, and I should be able to hear your structure.
Yeah.
Stand-up is a way for you can tell the truth in a funny way.
That's
Right.
literally that stand-up.
Right.
Literally that stand-up. That's what it is. So
But that's like what they say. Like the Jester was the only person that can make fun of the king.
Mm.
who you think really had the most power?
Come on, man.
Even in Monsters Inc., laughter was more powerful than fear.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Let me ask you this, bro. Safe space. I often see when you do make a post or something, you know, you'll put the safe space. Okay. How did that whole name come about? Because the last stand-up comedy that I did watch was Jamie Foxx, and it was like one of them type of vibes where you felt like he felt like the audience was his safe space, so he was able to be vulnerable. What was the meaning behind you naming your brand Safe Space?
Really good question. I'm in my head a lot, and because of the multifaceted that I have in my life, my gifts and talents and things like that, I sometimes don't always articulate or project my actual thoughts. I come from a Christian background. My mom loved the Lord. I got this, he's educated and things like that. He had kids, but sometimes I'm really crazy, right? Sometimes I really be saying some off the wall stuff, but I had to say, but I want to make people think. My kids is the reason why I call this Safe Space, because I talk to my kids like Bernie Mac. Boom, 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 boom. But I do it in such a way to make them critically think. And that's what Safe Space is. When I say something, and I have all facets of my comedy spectrum. I say some toxic stuff, some relationship stuff, but there are a lot of things that make you say, wait, oh, that was funny, but now I'm thinking about how that's even funny in the first place and why. And I feel Safe Space was a space where I was like, I was just saying it, it was catching on. And I was like, man, I really like this. Like, I can see a brand in that. I can see that really moving. I can see that really pushing something, and also what it means and what it stands for. I'm a big mental health advocate, so we were talking about that, and I feel like outside of your pastor, your therapist, most people tell their therapist more than they tell their wives or their spouses.
Most people feel better with it, talking to the therapist with their husband and wife to even get their feelings.
Well, I'm the type of person, if I feel like it's too much bad communication, I would have a third party there. Literally. Like, oh, we need to go talk to somebody, because a lot of what I'm saying is not personal. Things are often taken personal. So Safe Space for me was like, I'm able to say whatever I want, when I want, and nobody judge me. Yeah. It's like when I say Safe Space, whatever I'm about to say is gonna be okay. So it's like a comedic trigger. So like some comedians, if you watch a lot of the old cats, they'll have certain phrases that they'll say. It could be like my nigga, or it could be you're right, or it could be a small word to help them get back onto their routine.
Right.
And it's just paying attention to what works. But I just loved it, man. It was cool for me, and everybody started liking it.
That's one thing about this new shit about comedians. It's a lot of rapid jokes.
Okay.
It's not the more, like how you said, critical thinking, make me think about. I fuck with comedy. I like that shit. But a lot of
you're actually very funny too. So I want you to know that.
But most of the comedies I see now are just like one punchline. It's not to this. You know what I mean? Most
follow up.
Have you ever watched like a great comedy like Bernie Mac or even like Dave Chappelle and all them? The punchline is the whole joke.
Right.
You feel me? It's not, my mama did this, boom, punchline. Then my daddy came to punch. You know what I mean? It's like, this to lead up to, I was just getting you here. All this shit happened just to get you here.
Right.
Even though all this shit was funny, but the main thing was this motherfucker.
Right.
Have you seen Marlon Wayne's one?
I've seen.
God Must Love Me?
Yeah.
That was one of the best specials I've seen in a long time.
And because he's not an active stand-up person, you got to think a lot of these guys, they get comedy, right? It's a difference if you was an actor and things like that. But what you said, the art of storytelling is what is now missing.
Yes.
Because everybody want quick funny. Ha ha ha, cool.
I was just watching the one with Eddie Murphy about the burger and shit and all that. And it was all just the he came from nothing.
So
the whole bit.
Eddie Murphy, I forgot what award show it was, but he was accepting an award and he was bringing up Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, right? I remember that.
And something so powerful but so small, and it took you on a journey that immediately. He was bringing up Sidney Poitier and how, if you guys don't know, Sidney Poitier was like, I'm not playing any negative stereotypes. I'm not doing it. I'm doing all the main leads and da-da-da-da-da. He became that guy. And he made a joke about Sidney Poitier's hair texture. Because at this point, he was one of the finest man symbol for years. He is the GOAT, right? But ain't nobody ever told him to brush, comb, or put some oil or anything in his hair. What they deem negative, what they deem ugly, became the product of the greatest, right? He said it in such a way to where we all knew what he was talking about, and it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
You got to be able to make people think now.
And
And that's what's going on. Again, I'm not knocking a lot of the social, because
that's why I love South Park so much.
South Park. I still watch these.
I still watch South Park.
I
don't watch Family Guy though.
I've slowed down on a lot.
Family Guy, it ain't really funny to me. It's just a gang of gags.
Yeah, it's not how it was when we was kids. It wasn't like,
South Park make you think. Go look at some South Park episode. You be like, hold on.
That's true. I still watch those things though. I think you have to have a right balance, because I still know some really funny white comedians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched Steinfeld as a kid. People are like, you don't watch it because I watched it. Steinfeld is funny when you actually pay attention. Now, I wasn't mad. I was definitely mad when Kramer was tripping out at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah. But
that's racism everywhere. So I don't trust nobody. Okay, cool, right? So yeah, that's where Safe Space was built.
I think the reason he got so much flack because the joke wasn't funny.
I can say that.
It wasn't funny. If it was funny, he probably would have got away with it.
Saying nigger though, he's a nigger. They say for real.
If it was funny, a lot of people.
You think so?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, man.
It was funny.
The ER?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't funny.
Okay.
the whole joke to lead up to that wasn't funny. You feel me? He didn't have nobody. He didn't have the boom. Then it's just what?
And that also was a different time. And also social media wasn't around, man. Because that was what I think we had to be in middle school when that first happened. Maybe a little bit younger.
Nah, we kind of older than you then.
I'm 34.
Yeah, we older than you.
Okay. My bad.
Probably was
Found
like,
in the youth
for
over
us, like high school. Yeah, high school.
My bad.
I fucked with Seinfeld too. He, like you say, he was like the star of it with his antics. But yeah.
Right. Even with Safe Space, I would think of it as like, even with like comedians, sometimes, well now, I feel like comedians have voiced that, they can't express themselves as much as far as the backlash that they get from homosexuality or whatever it is,
views, everything.
Racism and all that. And that's what it was with comedy, which we grew up on, right?
Safe space.
Yeah, having a safe space to go for the comedian to go and, express themselves too, bro. I feel like that's awesome, bro.
It's interesting that you say that, because I've been in comedic spaces where they've talked about very, very vulgar things, like next level stuff. Most of the time, it's because it's not funny. It's not what you saying, it's how you saying it, right? Because in Safe Space, like my boy, shout out to my boy Darius Culpepper, my boy, he has a very strong mental health and dark humor. You have to listen to what he's saying to understand how funny it is, right?
Yeah.
He got a joke that really, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let him come on here and let him talk about, because we bond on mental health.
Yeah.
This is how it really is. And so saying that is what I want Safe Space to be. Of course, I'm not into all of the crazy stuff, but I have to respect the craft, because I'm going to be in clubs and I'm going to be in, I've already done it. I've heard some like, whoa, I probably wouldn't have said
So what wouldn't you tolerate?
You know what? I think I will probably have to feel your level of racism before you go up. And that will probably be the only thing, because there's this OG comedian. His name is I think Talking John White John. He has a lot of funny black jokes.
He does.
I was just in the comedy club.
He does. He has a lot
and
of
it's hilarious.
They'd be like, damn.
And he the coolest dude in the world. I sat next to him last week. I was in the comedy club with him. We shook hands, talked it out. Honest John is his name. Cool. And people can be like, oh, that was racist and all that. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, he telling the truth.
Yeah. Right.
It was funny.
Right.
So if it's truth to it, it really be.
What I'm gonna say?
Sometimes we got to stop being so sensitive, because we can get off, our black comedians, they can get off their racist little jokes. Why let them get theirs off?
Damon Wayans just said that he was interviewing. He was saying that everybody's too politically correct. You can't get away with stuff.
It's comedy, bro.
It's comedy. It's like music too. It's one of those things where it's subjective. Who are we to try to change on how that makes somebody feel?
Why try to dumb down a comedian?
Right.
And usually those are some of the most smartest people in the world. Funny people who can keep it going. So yeah.
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. That's what's up. You spoke about mental health. You spoke a little bit about mental health, therapy, how you and some of your comedians bond
Mhm.
from a mental health level. What state is your mental health in right now, bro?
I didn't think you was gonna ask me that question. I can't even make this funny. Uh, I'm in a uncomfortable space to continue to try to find balance and discipline.
Mm.
I feel like this is the first time, this last year is the first time I've ever been able to feel what emotions are because I've been hard for so long. So this is this is the next part of healing. I said before when I first was on here, the first few years I'm just getting it all off my chest. The next couple years I was learning some tools. Now I'm actually learning how to apply those tools. That's the phase that I'm in now. And it's really hard because it doesn't mean that life stops. Life stops when it stops. You just gave some shout outs to some transitions.
Most definitely.
My grandmother just passed a few days for my birthday a couple months ago. Saturday, yesterday, I was thinking about this show. I was like, the greatest thing that I can say is, you guys remember on Avengers when the Hulk was like, he was like, "What's your secret?" He was like, "I'm always angry." I feel like I'm always in a constant state of grief, whether it be relationships, whether it be the torment of our people, whether it be situations with my children, whether it be people that I interact, or even other people's grief, them going through things. So now finding out that that's my struggle, that's what I struggle with, never really had the tools to help me through that. I'm now learning as I go. So it's like discipline and balance and obedience. Because as men, I can say this, if you don't disagree with me, we fine. We all know that some things you just got to chunk it up to being a man.
Yep.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
ain't nobody.
Yes, sir.
It's only so much complaining I'm gonna let you do, and I'm be like, "Hey, dog, we gotta get the women and the children. You
Come on,
doing
man.
too much.
Exactly.
It's taking too long.
Come
Get
on.
it out. Do what you gotta do.
Come
Do
on.
some push-ups, pull-ups, whatever you gotta do."
I was just talking to somebody about that. Like, damn, it's so fucked up that you'll see you'll see a female girl crying, you'll care, like, oh, what's wrong, right? But if you see a dude crying, it's only so much crying he can do before you be like, hey, bro, cut that shit the fuck out, bro. like, cut it out, bro. Like,
I have a black manhood and masculinity class, and it's only a few foundational Black Americans, meaning African American men in there, a couple Africans, and my teacher's from Zimbabwe.
how you feel about that?
Them teaching.
No. How you feel like that whole system? We'll do it.
Okay, yeah, bring that up.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff isn't personal. So where they're asking all these questions about what men do, what black men do, and things like that, and they try to say, "Oh, slavery and the condition," yeah, that might be true. And because of that, we also know that we're in a constant state. James Baldwin said, to be a black man, to be a Negro in this country is to always be in a state of rage. So apply that to real time. I'm always upset because I always have to be, because I have to be prepared for you guys to be able to take everything from me at all times, even my own person, somebody who looks just like me. So as men, after a while, it's like, bro, you got to be a warrior though.
When you say take everything,
what Kendrick say? What's a dream when the nigga take that back or some shit like that? He said something don't count me out.
Oh yeah.
What's
I
a
think I know what
dream
you're
when
talking about.
somebody can take? How does it feel knowing somebody can take your dream?
I meant they have the power to take our resources. They have the power to take our children. They have the power to take everything from us. Literally, they have the power. Miss me with what you thinking. From the church to the politics to school to education, we know what's really up right now.
Sure.
As a black man, I now know that I have to be a warrior at all times. There is no 300 is really for us. Remember on the thing, he was like, "What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?" They had all different professions, which wasn't knocking.
Yeah, he said,
We all still got different professions, but what do we do best? How?
Right.
You have to be there's no in between. I can't teach my son. My son in the back playing the game. I'm like, we gonna cry and we gonna do some push-ups. We gonna fight through it, but you're gonna be responsible for people one day. You're gonna have to be responsible for a woman. You're gonna have to be responsible for your children. You don't always have the time to be in your feelings and your emotions. We're not wired like that. Men are not. We're not supposed to be all the time. Remember, it wasn't a long time ago when we had to fight the animals of the land.
Yeah.
That wasn't a long time ago. It was like a couple hundred, when it's really in your backyard.
Wasn't how long?
It's not a long time ago. Guns ain't been around. Like, we were living in a constant state of territorial from other people.
Sure.
Gangs is just another offset of African
Right.
tribes for the resources.
But it went
This
from
is
the slavery to
that.
silver to Wild Wild
that's
West.
only in the last
all
100
that.
years.
Yeah.
That's not a long time.
Wasn't
It's really
nothing
not.
We've been fighting our whole life. Gonna continue to fight.
So I just now understand. I learned how to embrace my emotions and do outlets. I'm working out. This is the most in shape I've ever been in the last 6-7 months, and probably my entire life, because it's a way to fight my mental health.
Yeah.
Stay in shape. Stay ready. Learn how to breathe. Getting you better sleep. Change your diet a little bit. Little stuff along the way is what I feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my diet after I get I'm gonna get a marathon burger, then I'm gonna change. That's my last
And you can
thing.
cheat, man, because the dudes who be fucked, they be.
No, that's my last time. I already put it in my
Have you
mind.
been? Have you been?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Oh,
my
y'all,
last time.
y'all all gonna make a trip?
We should.
We should.
Okay,
we were just talking about that.
We should make that happen.
I think we should. I mean, because, you know, we come, we be like, we over there to get a burger, but for
For
Nip.
the culture.
I done been over there. I go over there and get shoes and shit. No, man, I can go fuck with
True. That's true.
Bird.
That's facts. That's facts.
Mhm.
That's facts.
Yeah, man. With that being said, right? And might I add, bro, what you teaching and instilling in your children, bro, is powerful.
Appreciate that.
You know, it's nothing but facts. But when I add, bro, like teaching them, you know, to continue to have that warrior mentality through any circumstance or whatnot, do they feel comfortable with being vulnerable to you? You know, showing that soft side to you.
I think the more vulnerable I am with them, the more vulnerable they are with me. And I say that just for today. When I picked him up, we was in church, and I was like all over him. Like I just missed him. I ain't seen him in a little minute. And those are the ways that I show that my affection and love. On the way here, Kyrie, I want you to listen to this song. Pumped in some Frankie Beverly and Mays. Listen to how this song make you feel. Intentionality. Listen to the beats. And, you know, I'm a music person. I'm a dancer, so I'm able to be like, boom, boom. And he loves old school music, so I know he'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I was a teenage parent, so I'm always like giving myself grace and my children grace, because we were raised together, specifically him and his brother. I have a 15-year-old and he's 13, and I was 18, 19 when they came.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to figure that out for the last 15 years with no real, not knocking what my dad could show me, but man, if what I'm telling him, if he don't follow the code, I'm like, now you tripping. Because I literally was like, no, boom, 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 boom. I'm not trying to say that you can't do this, this, and that, but be wise about these decisions right here. The best thing that I can give them is my life. Like I can't, I'm giving you my time and my life, and that's the most vulnerable I can be. Because it's all, I can buy you clothes, I can buy you shoes, I can do all of that. I can feed you. We planning in and out before I take you back. All those things can really happen. But what's all said and done is when I hold you, when you kiss on me, when you hug me, I miss that. And that's what I want to always impart. So the more vulnerable I am with them, affection I am with them, it's now I'm seeing in return, specifically from my boys.
That's dope.
So, yeah.
When you gonna stop kissing your boys, man? When is it a good time to stop kissing?
I kissed them
Not
on
like, not in the mouth.
That's a really good question.
No, for real. Because I just talked to my son the other day, bro. I gave him a kiss on the cheek, like, and he like, come on, homie.
I think
I'm
the
like,
cheek.
you
move
mine,
to the
homie.
head. Move to the, like, up here. I think it's really the cheek.
Okay.
I think that's really what it is, because I never really kissed them on the cheek. Certain men do it. It was
one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But like they teenagers too, so you know
Yeah,
everything we do is whatever. It just depends on what kids you got. You know, because I was at a brunch yesterday with my baby girl, and the woman walked up to me. It was an older woman. She said, "I was so grateful to come to this event because I just watched you be affectionate with your daughter." And I was thinking, like, what you mean? I was just. But she hugs me and kisses me. I'm her daddy. You get what I'm saying? I'm hugging and kissing her back because this is how, you know, I didn't really receive physical affection as a kid. So I intentionally I be missing my kids, man. The world is crazy.
Right.
Like, the world is insane, man. You just really, really never know. And I just take advantage of all that moment of time that I have right then and there.
Especially us. This world is crazy and us being black. At the
then,
same time.
Right. And your kids being
black.
Your kids is black. So
Your
kids.
Man, you letting them off into that world, bro, and it's you know, it's crazy out there, bro.
You'll find out how many people don't like us. Just off the fact.
I'm in school for it.
Let's get back to that's slide that up. That FBA, you feel me?
Yeah.
I grew up around I grew up around like Trinidadians and all that. They was always good, but it seemed like later in my life, I have met the I'm better than you, like Jamaican. I'm better than you, African. It's kind of crazy to me. You feel me?
About it. Okay.
You feel me? It's kind of crazy because they all leach off one person and be like, oh, my uncle's a doctor, but like, no, but you're a janitor. You feel me? Y'all go off one person and everything, but I never knew it was that much despised from them to us. We don't even
So, man, this is a consistent, constant conversation, even on the
I didn't see it on
right, and it's such a simple response. We'll say this. I said you heard me say foundational Black America.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's one of the best terms that could describe us as a whole. Whether your people were already here or you were brought over here, 600-700 years of breeding created us. That's a fact. The culture as you know it is us. We can say that out loud? Okay, cool. Because, people be like, no, let's stop playing with me. So when it comes to our African cousins and things like that, intellectually, you always have to remember that racism is a direct result of classism and capitalism.
Yes, sir.
So over there, it's not always a race thing. It's more of a class system thing, right? So remember, the British Americans didn't start slavery. The Portuguese and all them did.
Spaniards and everything.
So because we live in California and we live in America, a lot of history is not consistently taught at the level that it needs to be. What I'm learning should be taught in middle school.
Yeah.
Hands down, right? Hands down. Elementary school on some pieces. So to answer the question, it's just a direct result of systematic racism because we know as Black men, when the world think of Black men, they think about Black American men. They're not thinking about nobody else. We get treated differently. In England, we get treated everywhere on this earth. Once they found out that they hear our accent, our English accent, our American accent, and know we from here specifically, the entire thing changes. That's a direct result of systematic racism. It's just another form of separation because we know that our artifacts that are founded here in these lands from ancient Ghana, ancient Kush, Egypt, we already know that they have destroyed everything. Anything that you possibly think is the truth, we can now say that it's possibly more than likely
a lie. Yeah.
It's a lie, right? From religion to politics to everything.
Yes, sir.
But I do think the descendants, the foundational Black Americans, the descendants, the culture as you know it, that changed the world in the last 100 years. Literally, if we just do some math, everything.
That's what I'm saying. Why it should be. That's my thing is because, like you said, we the civil rights movement. We
everything.
What else we gave
the
them?
way we do
the immigration laws, everything is
the way
of
you have medical insurance and life insurance is off the backs of enslaved and Africans.
And why they don't appreciate that?
Because of classism.
No, I'm saying though, why doesn't how can somebody thinking they're better than us from another country come and not see what the fuck we built for them to even come to even breathe this motherfucker?
I can't say this. It's like I said, the conversation is consistently going.
Yeah.
I've met Africans who don't think like that.
I met them too.
Right?
A gang of them.
But also remember, a lot of people, before you can even come over here, you get indoctrinated. Remember what we talk about mainstream media and all that. Before social media, they'll have to get all the news clips of us being thugs and hoodlums and all these things. We created jazz.
We created
every single thing. Even with Afro beats. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have our ancient Africans.
That shit only got popular because we made it.
And they dress like who?
We start liking this shit.
They dress like who?
That shit been going. That Afrobeats is a fucking 15-year-old genre.
They dress like who now? They dress like us.
Yeah.
We take a couple dashiki, and there's some reports now that we even made the dashiki wearing a popular thing because of the civil right, the pro-black movement in the 60s and 70s.
Sure.
I can show you reports where Brazil and all these other countries who have a high black population
higher than us
oppressed took everything that our grandmothers was doing to try to help liberate what that's going on. It's not been that long ago. It ain't been 300, 400, 500 years. This was like 60 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. 1968, 67 type vibe. Like parents just getting born, you know, like you said. Our grandmas is young and our uncles.
I just walked to a neighbor house yesterday. She's 104. Her birthday was yesterday. I walked in her room and told her happy birthday. She was 104. You see what I'm saying? You're just like, whoa.
She probably know a lot of history.
Whoa. You see? So, yeah, man, I think it's just systematic racism is one of those things where I say this, and I've been working on my dissertation already. Information helps me heal.
Yeah.
I don't get upset about things like I used to anymore because I forgive my dad, my mom, the kids. It's a constant set of forgiveness because you can see that the system is really set to destroy us in all facets. And my goal of going back to school to become an educator is to be able to do my part to birth the next generation. I can you can be an engineer. Yes, you can. How you can be an engineer? Because look at all these great engineers that you never heard about that they lied to you about. Wow. You want to hoop? Now, even if you hoop and you don't do a full 10-year or do a championship, let me show you a black billionaire who hooped for 5 years and got out. That's my job.
Yeah. Show them.
That's my job. You want to create a patent for a heart, whatever? Let me show you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's just within the last 100 years. Now let me show you what your ancestors have changed the entire world ecostructure. You should know about Mansa Musa, but you also should know who came before him, who brought gold and stuff to America. These are the things that we don't talk about
At all. But I don't think, like you said though, they'll rather pay the fee than teach us that.
Yeah, and I think now with the attack on education, let's say this: the education system has always been trash. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So it dismantling. I'm like, it ain't like it
that's
was.
why I don't really have. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with them, shutting down the education system and maybe just starting up a new. Because we learning the same.
Shit.
We learning. My sons are learning the same shit that I learned 2000 when I graduated 2006. That was 20 years ago. I'm like, bro, the times changed so much since then. Why are they teaching them the same shit? The same.
Right.
I'm like, bro.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think what they're doing with the education shit, I don't got no.
So do you guys believe in DEI? Y'all?
No.
We black. So I'm like, what?
Oh shit! Like you said, once you start learning about information and shit like that, you realize it was never helped us.
It wasn't.
I didn't even know what it was. I'm a black studies major. I was like, wait, what?
That's why them. No disrespect to the Asian community. That's why they feeling it the worst right now. Can't get into them schools because it was helping them.
Yeah.
So they fought so hard to take it to the Supreme Court to get it took away, just to still get it denied, and our people still slipping in.
Because I'm gonna say this now. The people who paid their dues can really show up now. Now you can't just, because you black or whatever. Now it's like, no, I got the resume. I got the qualifications. I got the references. What do you have?
Numbers came out. It helps.
I've worked in I've worked in a hospital, and I've met a nurse who worked there for 20 years, was waiting for this big time position. They hired a young girl right out of college. She didn't know nothing and expected the black nurse to teach her everything that she was going on. And she said, I refuse. I've worked hard. Racism. Skipped over her to bring, and that's everywhere. And that's why I strongly want to promote love and unity and bond, because us as black Americans, it's hard for us to pinpoint real unity when it comes to like familyhood and culture, because there's so much discord. And if mama got to stay over there, Aaliyah, we ain't talking to our aunties and things like that, where other races, Asians and things like that, even they criminal organizations, you can track to family lineage. That's crazy, right? Think about it. Like, we don't have no they've been doing this thing for the last 500 years.
Yeah, we'll cast somebody out in a minute.
But again, it's also with healing, it's not our fault. We think about when we tried to come together, they bombed us.
What they say though, my Mexican partner said, they said we don't let shit slide.
Okay.
Feel me? A lot of shit that they'll turn their back to, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
That they black people don't let it slide.
Like,
Like y'all own that. Like he like, you don't know your person, even with like the women and everything. You know what I mean? Like they'll turn like black people not letting that slide. If they find out, they're not letting it slide. This happened, they not letting. We more of a
get rid of you.
Let the man be the man. Oh, he did that to you? Oh shit. Like, you feel me? Like that. Like, you feel me? Then he was like, what'd he say? When you supposed to be better than everybody, you hard on them.
Damn.
You give people that less than you grace. That was a Mexican nigga that told me that too.
Say that again. What'd he say?
If you're the greatest, you got to get the most ridicule. And everybody else get grace. If you're supposed to be the greatest.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Shit ain't hard. This shit ain't supposed to be easy.
That's what I'm saying. You can't
niggas is great
about it.
If you niggas is great.
That's what I tell my baby though. I say, if you got to be 3 times good.
The moments and them opportunities gonna come for you to prove that you are great.
Yeah. Think about
everybody believe you are.
Think about like you say you dance, right? Yeah, you got the natural rhythm. You already know a white person come right now, he could do your shit half as good. He gonna get more things because we surprised you know how to do the shit.
True. My brother just said that. That's true.
Like, you feel me?
That's true. That's a very true fact.
Expectation.
The expectation is very low.
And that's crazy. We were just bringing up, speaking of dancing, we was asking like, okay, entertainment and dancer. So like, I think Chris Brown is the greatest dancer that we've seen on mainstream that level because of his athleticism, his height and his athleticism and his creativity to continue to evolve with dancing, period, right? But when it comes to overall presentation, we know that, but Chris Brown has DJs.
Yeah.
Mike can have
Mike
a whole
is
band.
the greatest.
Mike is the greatest.
No, Mike is the greatest entertainment.
Period. There's no.
It's like the
Who been great since you was 9? It's not even.
It's like this. It's like the old head conversation. It's like to some niggas, like, even though we know LeBron more athletic and all that, you never could be Jordan, bro. Like, it's like that. Chris Brown can't do nothing to compare to.
You gotta think about the evolution too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he could do all this and all that.
He's more athletic.
The evolution of it. When Moonwalk hit, nobody was doing that.
No. On the TV.
Nigga lean. The nigga lean.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on, bro.
Hey.
Debatable.
I had Moonwalk on Sega. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I used to put the VHS in for that. I used to fast forward to Smooth Criminal like it was a porno. I'm fast forward to my part, bro. It was crazy.
Mike is a different breed.
Mike was crazy. Look, if you watch his warm-ups, though, watch his rehearsals. He know all the songs by ear, and he don't play. And he checking them. Oh, it was amazing.
Firing
bro.
niggas on beat.
On beat. Oh, no, that's not what I want. God bless you, I love you. Okay.
Different.
But like you say, greatness comes with a major responsibility. Mike been famous since he was 9, 8, and never not was unfamous.
Never not.
He died famous. He literally from 9 until they killed him.
He's still famous.
He's still
the guy.
Who beat him, Mike? Beat
all y'all kids know who Michael Jackson
He can drop an album right now. Listen.
all of Mike. He's one of the few people you can say his music is immortal because you can play it anywhere. Everybody's gonna know it.
Kids.
You can play it anywhere,
Anytime.
Funeral,
wedding.
at church,
anything.
divorce court. That girl was mine. Like, come on.
Any holiday.
Halloween, Christmas, Easter.
All that, bruh.
Mike Heem.
Hey,
Mike Heem.
hey.
Mike Heem.
But greatness comes with a responsibility, and like
Look how much people was hard on Mike. You feel me?
I was just watching Leandro, what's their dad name? The Ball Brothers. How he was talking to Lil Mello. I was like, oh, that's how I talk to my kids. So I guess I'm doing something good. Like all that complaining ain't gonna get you.
What that little clip they got when they were like, your son had a good game, but you see the couple things wrong. It's like you have to. I absolutely have to.
I have to.
Hey, he was like,
What happened on this play?
I was like, I like raising kids. I call that gentle parenting. For real.
Gotta say something. I have to.
Man, it's about being honest, man. You got to be honest with them. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to respect you, too, for it. But it's about how you do certain things with me, as far as me, just speaking from my parenting experience.
Okay.
You know, just being honest with them, bro, and allowing them to have, even if they have a different opinion on something, allow them to voice that and get them to understand why this might work better. Or even if their opinion about something is better and they feel like it suits them better, sometimes you got to go with that.
That's
too,
fair. That's
and
fair.
respect it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair. Sure.
Straight
It's
up.
all. Yeah.
Better them letting you know than try to do some sneaky behind your back and rebel.
Just tell me. I don't have the time for you rebelling. It's just too
man.
draining. It's too draining.
It is.
It's too draining.
It is, man. So speaking on parenting, bro, I don't want to assume. Are you co-parenting or are you with your children's mother?
Oh, I'm co-parenting. All three mothers of my children I co-parent with all across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, so 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like for you, man? And what have you learned co-parenting?
Man, I'm 15 years in. It's 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, 3 women. One of these women was my ex-wife. So I live very fast, very early. I'm going to say this truthfully. I'm grateful that my children are getting older. So now that the trauma and the circumstances can be explained and also rectified. because it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard because I just to respect everything that's in the building, in the room, and in my heart. It ain't always one side. We dads, y'all know that.
Oh, man.
Right.
So I want to be able to lash out on social media. I want to be able to say what I want to say.
But that's
But
I
if-
feel you though.
but if you
I feel
do it,
you
then
though.
what?
I feel you because if you do it, you a whole ass nigga.
And you a whole ass nigga.
Yeah. That's why I laugh because it's like
I want to
feel
be
you.
able to say. I want to be able to say the truth now. Like
Yeah.
we're not talking about no. I'm talking about what's really
going on.
or what has really happened.
Like, I'm about to fuck up some characters for y'all.
After boom, I really
Yeah.
want to. But as you heal and you forgive, you realize it ain't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead, go
I
ahead,
want
go
you
ahead.
to go a little bit. And this is a part of that, with the rational thinking and thinking out of your emotions. Most of the time, the women, they don't think about, what they doing when they doing certain things,
Mhm.
going on social media. Oh, he this, he that, he this, he that. As men, you get to a level to where you got to think things through logically,
Mhm.
And now maybe this ain't the best decision because you go deep into it. I'm doing this. I don't want to hurt my children. They love their mom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
Right.
The other party, are they thinking like that?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Most
real.
of the time, they not. So go ahead. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom,
That's
man.
actually good because I think I speak for a lot of men. I've been in parenting classes, I've been in anger management classes, I've been met dads. You guys know when I went viral for Keith Good News' podcast at one time,
Mhm.
a lot of men reached out to me. Like random dudes just telling me their story or what to do. I'm not a lawyer. So I'm telling you, my little brother is going through it right now. And when you look at the facts, it's some bullshit. It's really sad to see him hurt and to know it's some bullshit, right? But you got to keep the facts. And sometimes I want to put the facts out there too. I got to get called out my name. I got to get called deadbeat. I got to get called he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that, or all these lies and made up things. I'm not saying I ain't never made no mistakes in my parenting.
Yo, you, like you say, you
I was
young,
a
bro. You
teenage.
fucking
I was
teenager.
18 years. By the time I was 21, I had 3 children. So you
Jeez,
see what I'm saying?
jeez.
With a wife in that time,
Yeah.
And I just never thought that I would be in this space that now. It's hard though, man, because as the kids get older, I want what's best for the child's development. I'm not raising my children to be kids. I'm raising them. You're gonna be an adult one day. You're gonna have to start transitioning because you're gonna have to be responsible. My sons are gonna have to be responsible for women and their own children. My daughters is gonna have to understand how to receive love from a man, right? And it's tough because I don't have all of my children on one roof. I've been dealing with that my whole parenting journey.
Like hard to get them on at the same time. type
Detoxing
hard.
kids, and I have to deal with the culture of the mothers that attach itself to the child, that I have to detox and things like that. Because I've been told you acting just like your daddy, but that's not in a culture sense. That's just how you feel about me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, just like your daddy,
That's what I'm
they say it
saying.
in the bad connotation, in a bad way.
Because
for sure.
look, bro, even when my son gets in trouble and I might not agree with how it was handled, under no circumstances, any of my kids, under no circumstances do you disrespect your mom or any adult. Under no circumstances. So the moment I find out they went there, we have a problem. I don't care what happened at this point, because you should know better, right? That same type of respect and love is not always reciprocated because of unchecked emotions. And it's hard, man, because, I've been doing this for a long time and I haven't been able to
Right. That's what I was gonna ask.
Crash
you,
out,
man.
bro.
Ever felt full though being a co-parent for 15
No.
years, not having all your kids under
No,
one
no,
roof?
it's
I see my babies every day,
Yeah,
bro,
so I don't
it's
know how
the
that
hardest.
feels.
It's tough.
It's the hardest thing in the world.
I believe it.
I'm 15 years in, and do I take responsibility for the women and having children, the relationship stuff? Yes, right. I just wish I would have made better decisions before I start understanding procreation and what this part is. Don't nobody tell us about this part. Provide, had the money to
Because we come from, that shit just got expensive, bro. You already know, man. You from Watts, man.
Compton
Watts,
watch all
bro.
day, and is
What they say, like, we probably the first or generation of people that like family, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Because back they had the big homie was right there on the block. Because it was more community based, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but I can't explain it. But you know how it is. A lot of this pressure that we got, some of them niggas older than us didn't have to feel, bro.
No,
They got to be young forever.
No, man. I'm like, so you just worked your whole life. Okay. They were taught to just get a job with the county, the city, government, and then just work. Whereas to us, I'm already thinking about my grandchildren. I raised my 8-year-old preparing for her kids. Like, hey, you need to be having this, and this done because you're not about to have my grandkids looking crazy. But I'm also, like I tell my sons, we both working hard right now. I was a teenage parent, so our age gap is not that great. So we're able to still, like, by the time.
Grow and see shit
Bro,
together.
in 6 years, they going to be young men. In 6 years, I'm only going to be 40.
Yeah, shit.
I can really make some moves and some business and get y'all on, and y'all in school, and your sisters, which I got a veterinarian, a pediatrician, a musician, artist, barber, and I got an engineer. What we about to be doing? That's what I'm thinking about, but it comes with sacrifice, man. I have to deal with the co-parenting situation, and co-parenting is one of the hardest things in the world, man.
Man, like you said, they go get old enough and they go want to hear your side, and just pray to God that the mother's ready to what's about to come
what's
back.
actually interesting, my children do know my side, which is why I don't bring that into how I love on them, because that's not their fault, right? I do tell the truth about some stuff.
Yeah, because some of them might got that resentment because of a story that's already been told.
I'm going through that though with my oldest, right? He's 15 though too, so let's keep that. He's a 15-year-old teenage boy. There's a disconnect that wasn't my fault. Now, if it's my fault that I'm making normal parenting mistakes and choices, then throw me in the water with everybody.
Yeah.
But when you're making things up, or there's things being made up, or his mind is in such a way where he's losing his foundation. Yes, you're supposed to be calling your grandmother and your siblings. And no, I don't want you. And I'm gonna say it, I don't want you flossing money on social media in front of my house where your sisters live at. So if I'm wrong for checking on, like, hey, that's corny. I'm gonna tell you. I've been around niggas with money, millionaires, billionaires, and all that. Outside of music videos, when you need to do it, that's corny. And it's unsafe. Because your generation will come pull up to our house where you cut hair and have your stuff going on, you doing your thing, and do what? Where your sisters is upstairs or playing or somebody else's kids off trying to be something you're not. I'm not hard on you because I'm trying to control you. I'm hard on you because you have to make a decision of who you want to be, and that starts right now. Anywhere outside of the world, outside of America, at 15, you a man. Think about it. Just think of all the other real majority of the world, 12, 13.
Shit, if you was Jewish,
if
you got a swastika right there.
You have your own clinic. If you was Jewish, you'd be running your own clinic at 18. That's what I'm trying to prepare him, but I'm the man and that's the woman. So there's a lot of information helps you forgive. When you start thinking about their parents and how they were raised, what they went through, you start, man, what did I get myself into? Because now we 15. I didn't think about this 15 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And these are long-lasting.
That takes a lot, man. That's a lot. That's why I tell people, well, you can't, like you said, you can't leave. You lead them to the water, you can't make them fish or drink.
Any dude that have their kids every night, I
Right.
love. It's probably. I'm not saying it's yeah, man. I've never had them all under one roof unless I had them all under one roof for that time. And it's you got to deal with other male influences too. That's a whole nother conversation. Cause I know I'm not on no sucker stuff. I ain't never went back to my baby mamas and was dipping and diving and doing all of that. And when we was done, we was done. So my respect level as their father should always be high. But when there's ulterior motives with other men now, you probably ain't had to deal with that. Who telling your kids?
So how do you address those situations?
I can't control. That's a really good question. I can't control anybody, right?
Type shit.
And this is just speaking on real life situations currently. Just because of how I feel doesn't mean that it's fair or that it's facts, right? And a lot of things ain't personal. So I'd start chunking it up to that's just how you was raised. Now, it's better to play chess than checkers.
Of course.
Because I know anything that's outside of this right here is the next level. And I'm always willing to go to the next level. But getting older, being wiser, you start to think, but if I was to just go to the next level, look at all these other consequences that follow suit as a man. And just because I'm mad or I'm in my ego or pride or niggas is talking shit or I've been disrespected, I'm willing to throw it all away off a moment of frustration, lust, or anger.
That's some of the hardest stuff to do, though.
Bro, I just tell my kids the truth.
Yeah.
You my kid, I love you. You got my last name. I'm gonna always be there under all circumstances. I'm pushing you through whatever you want to do. It is my job to get you to that. I got a veterinarian, I got a pediatrician, I got an NFL mechanical engineer. It is my duty. If I can go get ready to teach other people's children about Black history,
I better be damn well.
call me Joe Jackson, Serena and them, Daddy Jackson. I'm just gonna be
We're
the bad guy.
we're not, we gonna keep Joe out. We'll go Serena, LaMelo, and them daddy.
Why we keeping Joe out?
We'll keep Joe.
He gave us Mike.
Mike ain't fuck with him.
That's true.
Mike left him out the will.
But
Mike left him out the will.
Serena and Venus daddy supposed that's
They
not
love
our
him.
business.
They
loved him, but that's not our business. We're not judging nobody.
Yeah.
So you never know. It's definitely
we
2-3 sides.
ain't gonna talk about.
They made sure the movie was about the daddy.
Yeah.
So let's get it right.
True.
They made sure, like, I like my daddy. Fuck what everybody else talking about. Make sure that shit about my pops. I ain't never seen nobody do that.
Hey, that's real. Right down the
Yeah.
street from the house, too. Right down the street from my house.
Make
Right
sure
down
that
the
shit
street.
about my daddy.
That's true.
Even when they was hating Amanda
With the
Ball
social
and them.
workers and all that was crazy part of it.
Don't make that. Nah, no, I'm talking about people were upset with the Williams because they wanted it to be more about them, and they were pushing like, no, my dad. You feel me? He the reason we this. So people was like, nah, why was you whoop? And he was like, people need to see this Black man that took care of his kids to the top.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean? But it was a whole lot of backlash from a whole lot of like.
Isn't it always though?
Sorry to say it, but it was from like Black feminine women.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Feminist women.
We
Makes
talk about
sense.
that all too.
Makes sense. And well, what you got coming up, man? Before we get up out of here, let the people know and let the people know where they can follow you at.
First thing first, you can follow me at I am Akela, Akela O__. I am Akela, Akela O__. Please follow me on that on Instagram on that platform. I'm actually in the rebuilding phases of my social media, my persona. I got a photo shoot coming up. I got the little touch my little tablet and give you all my information, LinkedIn, because stand-up comedy is also the brand of the educator that I am too. So I'm like kind of
Trying to entwine
putting it
both of
into
them.
one. I can say this: the next safe space will be July 16th. No, July 12th. Sorry, July 12th. It will be July 12th. And the next time I got a lot of hosting gigs, right? I got to host an art gallery next Friday. Oh no, I'm sorry, this Friday coming up, and over there on the west side in Lamert, Slauson area. I'm excited about that. I just hosted a Pop Warner North Long Beach baseball team. I hosted that, so I've been doing a lot of hosting things, but it helps me practice with crowd work and crowd control. And you
Can't
just
get
never
people
know.
familiar with you.
Bro, I was on a baseball diamond, had everybody cracking up and ain't cuss. That's a skill
That's
to be able to
definitely a
do
skill.
that. You get what I'm saying? The hot sun and all that. So that's the first thing right now. Be on the lookout though, man, because I'm getting ready to. Once I put the energy in the remarketing and rebranding and things like that, I'm definitely gonna send y'all the stuff, and y'all,
Please,
if y'all can, post it for your boy.
We are. Definitely.
And I want y'all to definitely come to the next show. I want y'all with y'all shirts on. Matter of fact, bring some mics to the venue, man, because I'm working on the venue
We
now.
got mics. We got mics.
For real. So, and I'll say this.
We got the little. We got the little MIDI mics, the little mini joints.
Yeah. So I'll say this. The next safe space is gonna be a joint thing. So my big sister, she hosts this party called Summer of Love every summer. So what we're gonna do this year is we're gonna have the Safe Space comedy show and go into the Summer of Love after party type thing. So when you pay, you get access to both parts of it, And we're looking at some venues, like trying to see how we can swap it out. And she packs her party out. So I'm all about Black businesses. I'm all about keeping it in house and love and family, man. So just be on the lookout for me, man. If y'all follow me though, you will start seeing my face more. Let everybody know. Akela O'Neal, Compton Watts. We in here all day, every day. Shout out to all of my kids, but right now we gonna shout out my baby boy Kyrie. He in the back. Can he get a clap? 13-year-old. Boy genius, straight A's, starting football. Man, I don't know, anime lover, old school music lover. He love In and Out, man. That's my dog, man. And I love him and I appreciate him. I was grateful to be able to bring him, man, just so he can see what I be having going on. Cause he always FaceTime me like, Dad, what you doing? Dad, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at a gig. I'm backstage.
right.
Da, 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 da. So it's not like just me throwing them off. Like I got
handling business.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm handling
That's
business.
what's up.
If I'm not reading books, I'm handling business or I'm taking care of you. You know, I spent quality time with my baby girl yesterday. I got a brunch daddy-daughter date with my oldest daughter next Saturday. So I'm very intentional about it, man, because you just really, 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 really never know, man. And I just don't. You guys get to see y'all babies every day, for the most part. And for me, I'm like, I don't know. They always got. Sometimes they gotta leave, or they come in, or they staying. I'm figuring that out. But every chance I get, I just want them to know that they love and I support them, and I just want them to always know that, man. And him bringing him to a dad podcast to be around other good fathers and so he can learn the lessons that I was not told at 13.
Mm.
He can listen to rap music. He can listen to stuff like this.
Right.
Fair?
True.
That's true.
Definitely.
So
Most definitely, bro.
That's what's up.
Man, y'all know what to do, man. Y'all gonna like, subscribe if you haven't already, man. Akela O'Neal, we thank you for coming, brother. On short notice too, man. We got love for
Appreciate you.
appreciate you.
300 more subs to
right.
1,000.
Oh,
Get us
yeah,
there.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Compton Isn't Dangerous. My bad. Shout out to my Compton Isn't Dangerous. My sis. Yeah. Love you, sis.
I mean, making real moves.
Yeah,
out
she hustling. She got the Trump. Boop, boop, got you.
We out.
I'm down and diligent.